So much of my work and what I'm so passionate about is teaching people how to think, not what to think, so that I wasn't a big fan, for instance, and I was fairly outspoken about how COVID was handled, but a lot of that was coming from an intuition about what was going on. But I trust my intuition, right? And so if you're connected to yourself, you're connected to higher self, and you have an objective way of looking at the world, it is easier to take the information in front of you and not make the same mistake twice or make the same decision twice out of pure principle, but seeing what are the differences? How are we looking at this? And so you're not just conditioned. However, I don't think that's how most humans show up to the game, right? And so that distrust that was bred with how COVID was handled, it's easy for me to see how something far more serious shows up. And now we've got a bunch of people that don't even want to listen because they're like, yeah, I remember this.
Well, you just touched on there, and I love how you approach things in terms of teaching people how to think. There's a problem with that. And the problem is that most people don't know how to think, so it's a good thing. The problem is that if somebody does something, they don't necessarily learn from what they do a second time, third time. Some people do. And again, we profile this and the phenotype. Like your digital twin will tell you if you're going to learn or not learn from what you do. It's really powerful to understand that. But in terms of how to think, lots of people don't know how to think. And even if you taught them how to think, they don't know how to think or how to continue with thinking that way, or it's beyond where they are at that point in time. And so you have to really meet them where they're at again. And some people need to know what to think for a while until they can learn who they are, which is their identity. And once they understand who they are, then understand why they're even here, then they can actually reconnect with their intuition, as you call it there, to actually then understand how they uniquely would then be able to think and how to think. And so there's quite a few steps to go through that. And that's, again, one of the big reasons why we do what we do, is because there's a lot of people that don't know how to think, or even if they're trying to think, they don't know if it's right or wrong. They don't have the intuition that you have naturally. They're struggling out there and they don't know who to listen to. And it's confusing when this person's telling me this and this person's telling me this, and myself, I don't even know where to go. Imagine if you just have something here that can help guide you and give you a direct objective assessment as you, to help you navigate that until you're at the point where you can do it yourself.